What's
Been
going
told
on,
there's no
everyone?
rain.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the F2 AOR stream. Captain is not here tonight, but I'm still here. My name's Sato, and with me in the commentary box today, I have the great Penske.
What's going on, guys? Well, I've been told we're going to have a dry qualifying and race, hopefully. And hopefully we have a non-event race tonight.
But that would be boring, though. Gotta have at least some bit of
That
spice
is
to
true.
the action.
Hopefully we have some good battles today.
Well, our drivers are currently on their outlaps now. I can't speak today, apparently. Outlaps at the moment. It'd be interesting to see who gets on top between both Zombie, Laggy, Ross and Owens, who have been the top drivers so far. In fact, Owens is not even here. What am I talking about?
Owens is busy doing something else tonight, so sadly couldn't be here. Right now watching Owens now heading up into turn 2.
Yeah, Zombie currently on his outlap at the moment. Oh, not outlap, on his hot lap.
He's actually just started his lap.
Yep.
We have our latecomer Exidona joining, but he'll be starting at the back.
Yep. One of those problems when you come in late to a lobby. This looks like a very clean lap for Zombie so far. Yeah, it looks like it will be a solid banker lap.
As he comes into the final 2 corners here. Keeps it between the right lines. Out of the final corner. Our first lap of the day. It's a 1 minute 6.7. I feel like he could go faster than that. But time will have to tell.
Yeah, I was expecting times to be sort of the mid 1 minute 5s. As Gamble just puts in a 1 minute 6.5. So maybe I'm overestimating these guys' skill, but
Just watching DT now coming through the last corner. He on the ultra softs. What time will he do? Yeah, 1 minute 6.4. A couple hundreds in front of Roscoe, who set his lap on the ultras and almost actually put in the fence coming out of turn 1 there.
so Yobbo's first lap was... Oh, Yobbo's just spun it. Exit turn 1. He's lost his front wing. That is a calamity for him, as I gathered that he was about to start his flying lap, but just got on the exit curb and it just lost it, and into the fence he went.
And judging by the time he did on his Sanker lap, it looked like he was going to go for another fast one as well, but he's going to have to return to the pits for a new front ring then.
So Zombie's actually set his time
Yeah.
on super soft tyres as form of the drags to pips him for 5th place.
And the slide goes to 7 for 1 minute 7.0. Looking through the field, the Fry, 13th, he's on a lap right now, heading into turn 4.
Yellow's in sector 2 and sector 3.
That's the Yobbo going off with the front ring damage, just nursing it back to the pits.
Fry runs very wide into that first left-hander there. Very shaky lap. He's on the super soft tyres, so also could hurt his lap times a bit. Coming to the final corner
As he
now.
comes,
Opens up that DRS right to the line, and he jumps into 10th.
I feel like Fry can go faster than that.
Oh, absolutely.
He'll return to the pits for a new set of, I'm going to assume, ultra tyres, but we never know with these drivers. And here we are watching Laggy person just starting his lap right now, heading into turn 1.
Yeah, he's gone out a bit later than everyone else. trying to find that clear air that is so vital in these qualifying sessions.
Remember, Laggy won the chaotic Italian Grand Prix in the dry race. He's looking to get another win here in Austria.
Yeah, and he was on track to win at Singapore as well until he made a mistake and it hit the wall, lost his front wing and sent him tumbling back through the field. But Laggy this season has been the he's got the best average finish position in the race, so we'll be looking to see another
a bit wide there.
This race.
Yeah, he went a bit wide there in the middle of sector 2 as he comes round the last corner here. What time will he do in these ultra softs? And it looked like the lap was invalidated.
Yeah, we must have missed that one.
I'm just checking right now. Yes, it was an invalidated lap.
Yep.
But if it wasn't invalidated, it was a 1 minute 6.2, which could have got him to, I think, the top of the leaderboard. Yes, it would have.
But it looks like
Watching Roscoe right now.
Yep, looks like Laggy's pushing on, and will probably set another lap. Hopefully this time it will be a valid lap time.
Ooh, Roscoe got a bit taily coming out of turn 2, turn 3, sorry, as he's starting another lap on the ultras.
Of course, Laggy, the best qualifier in this championship to date as well, so he's really been top of the game. As he pulls into the pit lane, he's going to rush in, put a new set of tyres on, head back out and go for a 1 lap blast.
Roscoe's now coming into the last 2 corners here. At a moment coming out of turn 3. He's on the ultra softs.
Matt went first.
Not sure if that's lag there. On the ultra softs, what will Roscoe do? It's a 1 minute 6.6. That's slower than his first lap.
Yep, 2/10 slower than his first lap. So obviously a few mistakes that lap is proving costly.
Watching Mitchie now in 5th place, starting his 2nd lap on the ultra softs. Comes out of turn 1. And up through turns 2 and up to turn 3. It's been a regular season for Mitchie. A couple high finishes and a couple of lows. Hopefully looking for a podium today.
Yeah, you'll be looking for a solid finish inside that top 5, which we all know he is capable of on his day.
When he's slowed down, possibly invalidating his lap, so hopefully he'll be going around again, do another lap.
Yep. Ross is pulling into the pit lane. Will he be trying to go for a 3rd run? With 2 minutes 40 seconds left on the clock.
Just looking through the grid, sorry. Yobbo is out again with the repaired front wing on ultras, but he's backed off on his lap. Runs a bit wide in turn 4. Mitchie's now starting his lap again, heading up into turn 1. Makes it clean.
Approaching turn 2 now. He wants to brake as late as he dares, turn it in, hit that apex and try and get a smooth exit out, which he has done. Open up that DRS onto this 2nd DRS straight.
He heads into turn 4 as well. Puts that corner to perfection. He now heads into turn 5. See if he can get this corner right. Ooh, misses the apex a little bit there.
Yeah, looked a bit wide there. But he's looking very smooth so far.
Our last 2 corners. has missed the apex again, heading into the last corner, clips the yellow curb, he comes down the front straight, and he's slowed down.
1 minute 7.5. As his yellow's in sector 3.
And that's Mitchie just retiring.
Yep. Indeed, his qualifying is done.
And now we wait for the one lap shootout here. Zombie on his out lap. Will this be the time for Zombie to get to the top of the standings? He's on the ultra softs.
I tell you what, Ross is right behind Is That Matt at the moment, and I would want to thought that he'd want to back off a bit, try get himself some room.
And he's done
which
so.
He has done. As Jobbo retires from the session.
And DT has come into the pits. That's the end of his qualifying session. And Steve Bingham also still in the pits, so he's done for the day. He's done for qualifying.
Yep, on board with Matt now. See if he can improve on that 1 minute 6.1.
Watching Laggy as well, coming through the last two corners, who hasn't set a lap yet. He comes around the last corner. He's on the ultra softs. And he puts a 2 minute 6.1. Oh, so close to pole position now.
We're not at Bathurst. But what a lap, what a time by Laggy to put himself into second place, as Matt has just run a bit wide there as Sly's pulled off to the side there to let these both Matt and Ross through. But Matt now coming into the second last corner, buzzed it right on the 7.
1.6.0.
Yeah. Zombie's gone top with a 1 minute 6.0, and Matt crosses the line, and he does a 1 minute 0.39. Knocks him off by 1/100th of a second, and Roscoe is into the 5s.
5.9.
What a lap from Ross.
Sly crosses the line. And Sly is pulling to the pits. Roscoe has pole position with Matt alongside him in the McLaren.
What a lap. Spectacular stuff from the tier coordinator.
We saw a Mercedes on pole for the actual Austrian GP, but Ferrari have Roscoe on pole for AOR F2.
Yep, and surprisingly we've got a McLaren in second place, as some random guys just joined the session.
I'll try and find this random guy and get him out.
Smashing Hughes, I think he was. Probably. As we're now waiting for the timer to end, as Sly
hasn't retired yet.
Yeah, he's still active in the session so far. And there we go, he's left the session, which is
there he
good.
goes.
Don't need a scenario like what happened for a race with Tia McMurdoch in the top split, where you got taken out by some random guy. As Sly is still in the pits. It's interesting just flicking through this field, and all the cars have run out of fuel.
Actually, no, Kairos is still going without a front ring though. This
game throws up some unexpected things. But is
yeah, Sly's now retired.
Yay! And we can finally.
And Kairos is now just run out of fuel.
So Roscoe Arm, as we said, pole position from Is That Matt. Zombie in third with Laggy alongside him in fourth. DT fifth with Gamble, setting a decent time in sixth place. Mitchie starts in seventh with Formula Dragster alongside him. Sly ninth with Conrad Strait joining him at the back of the top 10. Kai was in 11th with Yobbo starting alongside him in 12th. And Frazi will start this Grand Prix in 13th position.
Let's also get Exodona joined just after the start of qualifying, and he will start in 14th position.
Yep. It will be interesting to see how this race goes, as Laggy has the highest or the best average finishing position for the season. Averages a finishing position of 3.3, where Ross averages a finishing position of 4.1. He's to be the second highest. So it'll be interesting to see who can come out on top for this race, as it looks like it's dry, which is good news.
Hopefully we can keep it dry.
Although a bit of water often spices up the action.
And it's true.
But the
As you
strategy...
remembered in Singapore.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, not Singapore. I just remember in Britain where we thought it was going to be a dry race, but it started sprinkling a bit of it, making the track very slippery.
The strategy for the drivers for this race is going to be ultra softs onto either supers or softs. Can do either, as there's 5 red lights, revs are rising, and it's lights out, and they're off to charge up towards turn 1. Cars are scattering everywhere. They've gone 3 wide into turn 1 for second place. What a move by Laggy, who's jumped from 4th to 2nd. And
Zombie went right at turn 1.
Yep, and Matt's gone side by side with Laggy, coming into turn 2 here. Late on the brakes, Zombie right up behind Matt. And did he get front wing damage? There's carnage at the back. Cars are scattering everywhere. It's 3 wide between Conrad Straight, Forward Dragster, and Mitchie.
Mitchie has the inside run, Dragster on the high side. He's on the outside. They're still side by side. Tries to put it in there, no, he slots in behind Mitchie, but goes wide. Sleeping won't go through. Oh, we got a car off. Oh no, Zombie went wide, he's gone off. He's got front wing damage, he's gone off again.
Yeah, that might have been caused by that, at turn 2, he might have hit the back of Matt and broken an end plate. But, no, he's...
Oh, it's been a light crash and Mitchie's gone, and in the pit wall.
Oh, that is a big
He's our first retirement.
Oh wow, so he must have... I'm guessing he tried to pull into the pits and he's just misjudged it slightly. And Exodona,
chaotic opening lap.
What a start from Exodona. He started last, as we know, and he's made his way up into 7th place already.
And the battle for 4th between Sly and Gamble is getting heated up. DT's joining in this battle. They go side by side into turn 4. Gamble locks up. They're still side by side as they're heading to turn 5. Gamble, he almost edges him out. They're still side by side, and the Sly edges in behind Gamble. Yep, Donut comes through on the inside of DT and makes the move for 6. How about that?
Of course, it is to note, Exodona is driving in the Mercedes for this race. Of course, he wasn't able to select his car, which is normally the McLaren. And so, is it the McLaren or is it the Force India's usually in? I can't quite remember.
Yeah, Donut was usually in the Force India, and DT's coming to the pits, and he has front wing damage. So he's going to get that repaired. He's putting the, what looks to be softs on the car.
Yep, as now Exodona is right up the backside of Sly, it is. Dives down the inside of turn 2 and makes the move. Exodona's on a
no one
mission
expected
today.
this. No one expected this from where he started today.
Yeah, that biff and barge on that first lap seems to have really helped him out. He's into 5th place now and will chase down Gamble.
Looking to see who survives the opening carnage. Roscoe, with that great start, led the field into turn 1. Was able to avoid the whole carnage thing. Laggy looked like he avoided the carnage as well, as is that Matt.
Yeah, they easy to avoid carnage at the start, but that was a brilliant move into turn 1 by laggy. He got a poor start from both Matt and Zombie, but he was able to dive it down into turn 1, and the rest is history.
Looking through the field as well, who has damage? It looks like Steve Bingham got very biffed up during that first lap, and he has definitely front wing damage, sorry, on his car. He's now fighting Kairos for 7th.
Yeah, and we'll have a tough time keeping him at bay with that damage. And Zombie Hunter's on the charge at the moment.
Yeah, it looked like Zombie and Matt collide in turn 1, forcing Zombie off right over the grass. Hopefully he can come back through the field.
As it looks like Sly's starting to come back at Exodona a bit.
Ooh, just looking through the field, it's Yobro went for a little excursion through turn 5. He also has front wing damage in that first lap carnage.
Kairos is really closing up on Conrad Straight, and will be, with the aid of DRS, be looking to make a move into turn 1. In fact, he pulls out alongside him, goes deep. Oh, and Conrad Straight holds on to 7th place for now. That could change at any moment.
Yeah, what's bad for Kairos here, the longer he stays behind Steve Bingham, who has that front wing damage, the Friar will get him here, will get closer to the back of the train on his ultra softs, while Kairos just racing his super softs here.
Yeah, he needs to get past as quick as he can, as he, of course, is on a different strategy to Conrad. And if Conrad can keep Kairos behind him, that could pay dividends for his race later on.
Just looking through the field as well, it's Yobro pitted for a new front wing as well, and a set of ultra softs as well. But Roscoe still leading the way, just 1.5 seconds in front of Laggy.
Oh, and here comes Kairos, dives it down the inside of Conrad Straight, coming into the second last corner, I should say. Looks like Conrad Straight made a little mistake towards that second left-hander sort of left-right complex, and yeah, Kairos is through to 7th place.
I've sadly missed that overtake, but hopefully it was a clean one from what sounds of it. Got messages from our only retirement of the race, Mitchie, asking if he could join this stream party. Maybe we could get an interview from our only driver that's out of the race.
That'll be interesting.
Should I invite him?
Yeah, absolutely. As he was also another driver who we were going to have come in to commentate this race if Penske was unavailable. So we're just following Sly at the moment. He's keeping steady with Exodona at the moment. Seems to be everything's calmed down a fair bit after that frantic opening few laps. Just trying to see, just waiting for the pit stop window, which should open around about lap 11, lap 12, somewhere around there. Some drivers might pit a bit earlier and go onto the soft tyres. But Matt's actually backed off away from Laggy, and he's actually starting to come under pressure from Gamble, who's closed the gap massively.
And is that Matt just Gamble just gaining on Matt here? I don't know if Matt has front ring damage or not. He definitely doesn't have the pace so far in this opening stint.
Yeah, as we welcome Mitchie to the commentary box. Mitchie, how you going?
Not good. Not good. Let's just say there was contact and I spun. The end. But yes.
Yeah, you seem to have all the tough luck in this championship.
Oh yeah, it's just had to even for DT, I mean, DT got caught up with lag, I believe, so you know, both me and DT this season have been terrible.
Just tell us what happened in that start.
Nothing really. I mean, I did do a little bit of a not so good dive bomb on a few cars that got me wind damage, and then Exodona came through, and there was contact. Spun at the second to final corner, and yeah, not good. Not good. Disappointing, honestly.
But just missed the change for the lead there. Frizzy's just overtaken Conrad straight for 8th place. But Conrad is coming back at him, trying to go look around the outside of the second to last corner. Don't know why they're trying to make overtakes there. There's yellows in sector 2.
Oh!
Yobbo in the wall.
Yobbo.
Oh, Laggy's around!
Oh, Laggy's around at turn 3. And now Matt moves up into second.
Oh.
Matt, Laggy has damaged his front ring.
Oh, that's a tough break for Laggy. The last couple of races is well, since Italy really, he's had a lot of bad luck in terms of getting his front wing broken.
That's a big game for Roscoe now, because 2 title contenders having issues. Like, and Roscoe's got a 4.8 second lead. Oh my god!
And it's almost at the 5 seconds now. As Exodona has he's the biggest mover of this race so far. He's everything's just falling into place for him. 10 places he's gained from the start.
And looks like the battle for second now between Gamble and Matt is going to be very tight. Gamble's to the inside, now switches to the outside. Side by side with Matt, they're both locked up. No, Gamble stays behind Matt. Donor looked like he was going to have a chance at the inside of Gamble there.
It's becoming a 4-way scrap for second place now. As Gamble is just locked up there.
Laggy has come into the pits and has come out for a set of softs, now side by side with Zombie. I've touched wheels there heading up to turn 3. And Zombie putting up the hand there. They're still side by side coming out of turn 3.
For a single point.
There's
yellows in sector 3.
Exodona has been turned around.
Oh,
we cut away to see the action between Zombie and Laggy. And we've missed the incident where Exodona has had an incident, and he's spun again, and that's Quawas. Oh, what a shame!
He got caught up in it. More back luck for Yobbo.
Oh,
another trip to the pit lane for Yobbo, and a 5-second stop-go penalty for speeding in the pits for Yobbo as well. His day has gone from bad to worse.
And Donor, after that dream start, moving out half the field on basically the first lap. It now ends in 6 and possibly front ring damage.
And with that overtake, Laggy has picked himself up a 3-second time penalty. As Zombie goes down the right hand side, down the inside into turn 2. Now both braking as late as they dare. And Laggy holds on.
And Yobbo has retired, not surprising after the bad luck he's had in this race. Hopefully he can have better luck in the next round.
Yeah, fingers crossed. It's it's been a day from hell from Yobbo.
Gamble's now having another run at Matt here for second.
Ooh.
Looks to the outside, Matt goes defensive. Gamble's locked up, Matt's also locked up. Sly almost to the back of Gamble there.
Did he make contact there?
If he did, it was slightly. Gamble looking at the inside of Matt now. Locks up, so does Matt. They're side by side. And Gamble's got the
Gamble's
position.
through.
Easy.
That move was threatening for quite some time, and finally on lap 12, Gamble's made the move stick.
I think Sly might look for it here.
Yeah,
Another
he's-
battle going for 8th now between Laggy and DT, and Laggy's got that position.
Oh,
Something
Sly in
happened
the pits. Sly in the pits, and so is Gamble.
And what are they gonna?
But it looks
Softs
like softs
or
are ready for
Gamble?
Gamble.
Yep.
As we now go to Sly, going to the end of the garage basically, or end of the pit lane.
And
Sauber.
soft for him as well.
Soft. Yep, they're going to the end.
Although if your tyre wear is really good, you could probably get away with a set of supers to the end. Although those tyres will be looking like 50-cent pieces at the end.
Donor there in front of Sly, obviously hasn't pitted with those 2 spins he had.
I must say, Kawhi's in third. He's just, I don't know where it's come from. He's just been performing so well the last few races. Just out of nowhere. Staying out of trouble. He's been doing well.
But yeah, well,
And race leader Roscoe has come into the pit lane.
I'd say it'd be a set of softs.
yeah, it's stayed
And
out.
locks up, doesn't want to speed.
Yeah, stayed out.
And Matt in as
And
well.
looks like there's softs ready for the Ferrari driver.
No, they're not. I've got supers.
Oh, I have softs for me.
Matt.
No, it
Well,
says softs
Matt's
and
on ultras. Alright.
Matt is going for a 2-stop.
Oh,
That could be an issue.
Interesting
yeah,
call.
on my screen, Ross has got super softs on, but the tire indicator is saying softs.
All Matt and Sly.
3-second time penalty for.
Matt looks up the
Dragster.
inside, he dives up there, locks up. Oh, just pulls it up. The battle for 8th as well, up at turn 3. Zombie looked like he was going to make a move on the inside of DT. He still does, gives him a little hit there.
Opens up that DRS. They try and chase down the Red Bull of DT.
He slots back behind DT.
But tell you what, if I'm Zombie, I will not be very patient. I will be looking to make the move as soon as possible and try and regain some lost time.
Battle for 6
Well,
between Dragster and Laggy.
Oh,
Looks like Dragster's moving out of the way for Laggy.
Yep, Laggy, of course, close to the fastest driver on course at the moment, and Dragster doesn't want to hurt his own racer. Just lets Laggy go through.
Zombie looking for a run on DT
yeah.
here with the slipstream. He looks at the inside. Just pulls the car up and makes the move stick, but DT's not finished with him there, and they're side by side again. They go entering turn 4. Zombie has the inside and should make this move. A little bit of up there. DT not giving up, but he's going to have to this time, and Zombie moves up into 8th position.
Yeah, I'm wondering if DT has a lower downforce.
Oh, Gamble's
car.
run wide.
As yeah, 3-second
Oh,
penalty
that's
for
not good.
Gamble. Oh,
And is that Matt clocking the fastest lap of the racing?
no surprise.
And he's
considering
after
he's on the
Gamble.
ultras.
Roscoe right behind Kairos now, but remember Kairos has not pitted yet. Oh, and shuts the door on Roscoe there.
It's getting so trippy for me. Ross's tyres is flicking back and forth between yellow and red. It is really throwing me off.
Looking all. Let's go. Just take it. Needs to take his time with Kawhi's.
And while that is happening there, Matt and Gamble are battling for third, effectively second probably, and Matt's got the move done.
Of course.
And Ross goes past Kawhi's.
Yeah, of course. Gamble won't be looking to battle too hard with Matt, considering Matt is on the two-stop strategy, and Gamble's going right to the end.
And Kyrus is now in the pit lane.
Yep, and I would be expecting a set of softs to be put on his car.
He's entered his box
And
now,
you
looks
are
like
correct.
their softs ready. Actually, no, they're super softs put on me, but the time indicator says softs.
You got the Roscoe grid glitch.
And Kyrus rejoins behind the battling DT and Zombie.
Yep, DT is not letting Zombie get away. There's yellows in sector
Oh,
2.
and
Oh,
Drake's
Oh!
car crash! That up to turn 3.
Oh!
That was a massive
my
crash.
goodness
What's
me.
happened there?
That's a weird one.
That's a bizarre place to crash. Or to crash.
And his
if
wheel
you
is just
crash.
falling through the ground.
Mm,
Ooh,
that's a weird one.
Yeah,
another good day for Force India.
Maybe he went. Oh, who knows? Could have lost the rear, maybe. But that's way early to lose the rear.
Exodona was playing with fire there. He got really wide at the exit of that first left-hander on top of those yellow ripple strips, which everyone knows just launches the car once you get on them.
Like this will be a 4-way battle soon for 6.
Yeah.
Everyone almost within a second of each other.
Although Zombie seems to slowly be pulling out a gap to DT.
So Dunner could be lining up for a move on Kyrus soon.
Yeah,
He
he's
has the
close to
DRS, he probably
dramatic.
won't get him up here.
But at this stage, it's still Ross leading the way by 2.5 seconds from Matt, with Gamble a further 1.5 seconds, sorry, 1 second back.
Oh, Zombie just slid the car coming out of turn 6 there. He just managed to save it, but now DT's closed right on from the back of him.
Oh, DT, don't spin where I spun.
Oh,
And
cars
Twice.
going everywhere.
Donor looked like he almost hit the pit wall then. Kyrus on the
Kyle's-
inside of DT and gets the move done.
But
Oh,
DT's coming
Stoner is
back.
going to get a good run out of here.
Oh,
yeah,
Here comes Donor around the outside.
Oh.
He's going to get the slipstream from Kyrus.
Oh, that's 3
They're
wide.
3 wide, heading up to turn 3, and Donor gets both of them. How about
Wow.
that?
That's a
Oh,
good
what
move.
a move from Exodona. He's a man on a mission today.
Oh, Kyrus runs right there. Give DT a chance. No, he slots back in behind.
DT is looking very racy against Kyrus now. He wants that 8th place back.
And Donor will be looking for a move on Zombie soon. Goes round the outside, and
Zombie's
Zombie's
coming
actually
to
in the
the
pits.
Zombies in. Now,
Do you reckon
I'd
he can get
say
a
it'd
set
be
of
another
ultras to the
supers.
end?
Ooh, be risky.
That's
Would be risky. As far as picks
Yeah,
up
he's gone
looks like they're super so ready.
Yeah.
super softs, yeah.
Yeah.
Although they're ultras for me.
There's actually one ultra soft tire on the left rear of his car.
Yeah, just don't know what's wrong with the spectate cameras today.
Roscoe still leads the Ray, as
Matt
Matt is now
in.
pinning.
Yep, he'll be pitting.
Looks up going in.
He'll be pitting for a set of super softs. Of course, he's had 2 stints of ultra softs.
And there are supers going on his car. He might just rejoin out in front of Dono, who's coming out last corner, who's also hit the curb and gone wide. Kyrus will go on the inside and will get the move back as DT is also coming to the pit lane.
One thing I have noticed is that Matt is marginal on fuel at the moment.
Might have to do a bit of fuel saving there. Here comes Donut, slips through Kyrus on the inside. He wants that position back.
And
Makes the
got
move
it
stick.
easy.
Actually, most person that's got fuel is Mr. Steve Bingham, Conrod Straight. And then
Yeah.
everyone else is...
That 2.1
Yeah.
laps. Of course, with Matt pitting has meant that Ross's margin at the front is been increased significantly. It is now up to 4 seconds to Gamble and Sly in third.
Remember, Gamble also has a 3-second time penalty.
Yep.
Actually, he has 2 penalties, so we actually have 6 seconds worth of penalties.
Ooh, that could be interesting at the end of the race.
I'm just checking Sly if he has any penalties. No, he doesn't. In fact, he doesn't even have a warning yet.
Keeping it clean. And at the end of the race, it might
So there could be a
second
chance for
place
Sly for
if it
second.
Stays as is. As Zombie, having passed the cars at flying, or after pitting, sorry, as flying. I lost my bearings on this race. Set the fastest lap of the race, however.
Oh, we've had
cars.
Dono's disconnected on our screen. Oh, and Kyrus has hit him,
Oh,
and Dono is gone. Kyrus hit the back
dear.
of Dono's desynced car. He now has front ring damage.
Oh no.
Well, he can get back in because somebody who's the lobby host forgot to put it on invite only, and it's on friends only, so he can get back in, Exodona.
Well, that's handy.
Is Kyrus going to pit? No, he's staying out.
Yeah, well, that's odd because this is a track where you do want maximum downforce available, or as in you want your wing not to be broken because you can lose a lot of time in the fast corners with front wing damage.
Zombies past Frizy.
Yeah, well, he was catching Fry at a rate of knots and he got through him easy, and he will now be chasing after Conrad Straight.
And DT picks up a 3-second time penalty as well. It's a shame for Dono because his first lap, his first stint actually, we made up so many positions, made about 10, and they ruined it with 2 spins in the last
Fry
sector.
just
Now he
ran
gets
wide there.
disconnected.
I'm not sure if that was on purpose to let DT through or not. He's given up
Dono's
a,
rejoined.
he's given up a solitary point.
Kyrus has got to pick because that front ring is not giving him any help. Almost went over those curves, those yellow curves after turn 5, and it looks like he's coming in.
May as well pit on
Yes,
the
he
ultras.
is.
May as well.
Yeah, go for that fastest lap. Laps left.
And look at the gaps. He could make some positions up on the ultras maybe, but no, he's gone supers.
Oh, there's yellows in sector 3.
Looking through, I don't see any spun cars or anything.
Yeah.
Oh,
But Donut has
might have
rejoined
been
back in the
Donut.
race.
Yeah, might have been Dino.
Well, Donut has gone to first for me now. for some reason.
How was this happened?
He's
And he's the
0.038
ghost again.
behind, ahead of Roscoe somehow.
On my screen, it's got 30 seconds on Ross.
He's got 30 seconds in front of me as well.
Well.
As
Wherever it is, Roscoe is the effective leader,
yeah,
or what should be the leader.
of course, I assume that Exodona has joined the session.
Yes, he's back and he's
And
driving his car.
It's in front of DT.
And
As
Todd
Rod
Australia's coming into the pits.
Another position for Zombie, which he needs.
yeah, he needs all the points he can get. But it'll be a tall order to catch Matt.
And now Ultra Soft's going on the Steve Beamonville. Might come out just side by side with Kairos. No, Kairos is going in front of him.
Yeah, well ahead. But on those ultra softs, Conrad could catch up at a rate of knots.
DT right behind what should be Donor for 7th. We can't tell you the gap between the two because Donor somehow glitched the lobby out and the scoreboard.
Yeah, we don't know what's happening at the moment.
Hopefully he doesn't glitch and give people blue flags. Let's just hope for that. Let's just hope.
But who knows, it might be normal for everyone else. Donor might actually be in his correct position.
Yeah, or maybe if DT passes him, we might unglitch our screens.
We'll have to find out soon enough.
He is definitely closing that margin on him very quickly. Is DT.
And it's so far, at the moment, the only battle we have, the closest battle we have.
Yeah. No surprise though that DT is closing in, considering he's on one stage softer tyres to Exodona. Exodona, of course, being on the soft tyres, with DT on the super softs.
So how about the comeback from Zombie after being last on the end of lap 1? Okay, he's about 18 seconds behind Matt, so he might have to settle for 7th position for this race.
Yeah, in fact, it looks like Matt's actually been increasing the gap to Zombie.
And Frizy has come into the pits.
Yep. Teo, it's been a
And I said,
display by Ross so far. Of course, started on pole and is the effective race leader.
And stayed out of trouble, pretty much. Because there has been a lot of carnage.
That's an understatement.
Laggy goes wide around the last corner.
Yeah, he's been doing that a fair bit this race. Of course, has gotten a few exceeding track limits warnings, and I think he's even got a 3-second time penalty.
Just gonna check if Laggy does have any penalties. He does have one from lap 11. In fact, he's got 2 as well, because he's got 6 seconds worth of penalties.
That could bring Matt into the play if Matt can close him within 6 seconds of Laggy.
I think Gamble's still having those 2 penalties still. Yes, he does. And Sly doesn't have 1. And the gap between them is just about 6 seconds. So Sly could effectively get second here.
I think Exodona and DT have been closing up to Zombie.
I think they have too. Oh, look.
It's just still weird seeing Exodona being first right now, even though he actually isn't.
Well, he's done a good job. Oh, Zombie! Oh! He's gone.
That
he's
was
out.
he spun it out of the race. Oh my god!
Oh no!
That's gonna give.
That changes the whole championship.
The championship lead.
Oh No,
Yep.
zombie.
Roscoe will now be the championship leader.
Yep.
Unless something happens.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
championship
dear.
changing stuff right there.
Oh god. What just happened?
It looked like it was going to be a calm finish.
Yeah. Yeah. We're still got
Oh,
7 laps to go.
This has opened things right up.
And Yobo's commented in the chat that he is still in the game, and it is also showing Exodona in first place.
oh.
Ooh.
Now, I'd like to point out, even though something happens to Laggy will go second. No, he won't. My bad. Whoops. No, he'll be about 7 points or so behind Zombie. So the points will be close again in this championship. I don't know. Oh, I'll have a look. I'll do some maths. Hold on a sec.
Grab that calculator.
We've brought out the calculators here.
Yeah, with no Renault to chase down for Exodona, he can stretch his muscles and try and pull away from DT, but DT won't want to let him get away.
DT in 7th position, fighting for not the actual lead of Exodona.
Yeah, in fact, it's a
Roscoe
4-point
got a
gap
penalty.
between Exodona and Laggy in the championship at the moment.
And Roscoe picks up his first penalty on that lap as well.
Yeah, Gamble is only 3.7 seconds behind him now, but I think he said earlier he has 6 seconds of penalties.
Yep, he still has those 6 seconds, but the gap between him and Sly is 7 seconds, so I think he might be able to
He'll
keep
retain
second
that
if he keeps
second
this
place.
clean to the end. And DT is actually right on the back of Dona. He's gained a lot and
Oh.
almost put in the pit wall there.
Yeah, very sideways.
He really
in the
wants this.
corner.
He really wants the 6th position here.
Yeah.
Well, someone has to.
Exodona 3-second
Oh, and
time
Dona
penalty,
picks up the
DT
penalty,
3
and so
second
does
time
DT
penalty.
as well. I'm going to
These-
check the penalties for these two drivers. That was Dona's 2nd penalty there. He has a lot of warnings as well. And very interesting, on lap 24, he doesn't exist, or his time doesn't exist. Neither does his tyres. And DT as well, let's see how many penalties he has. He also has 2 penalties, so this is now a fair fight between these two. Penalties are not involved.
Yeah, Matt's closed into 2 seconds behind Laggy now. But our focus is purely... Oh, DT! He was sideways coming out of that left-right sequence. And almost
Just
did
can't
the
look away
same
from
thing
this
as
battle.
Zombie.
Checking penalties for Laggy, he has 2, and Matt, he has, looking through, he actually doesn't have a single penalty, Matt. And this race has definitely been eventful.
Yeah, it has. It's,
Yes, it has.
that's continuing to...
It's been
close
chaotic
gap
from the
again.
world go.
Matt's still marginal on fuel. 0.2
He
of a lap of fuel under what he needs to be.
I think this might be the battle to watch for 4th. Even though on the screen it says 5th, but
We can give you this, from 7th to 10th is the correct order.
Yeah. Yeah, note the Exodona, not the actual
But just
race
take,
leader.
just add another
Let's hope-
5 places for Dona.
let's hope Exodona does not celebrate that he won the race. But who knows, on his screen it could say that he's in the right position.
But if the game does say he's first on everyone else's screen, let's just hope it doesn't classify him first when he crosses the line.
Yeah. But of course, Ross will be given the race win if he indeed crosses, finishes the race behind Exodona.
And the championship lead, he will have a 13-point lead over Zombie. So, and Laggy will be 20 points. So,
And crucial,
still not over
there's
yet.
only 4 races to go after this. Of course, we head to Malaysia for round 12, Japan for round 13, the USA for round 14, and we will finish the season in Brazil.
But while we wait on that, the battle for 4th between Laggy and Matt's going to go off soon. Matt is now within a second and has DRS. This is the battle to watch now.
Sure is. Matt doesn't seem to be
And
progressing
also-
with his fuel.
And also like to point out as well, with Roscoe winning, that will extend the constructors' points for Ferrari, which I'm pretty sure a certain teammate of Roscoe's will be very happy with. And I would like to say hello to that person who I'm sure is watching. Matt's close here.
Yeah, in fact, DRS open. Is he gonna?
He's having
go
a
for
look.
He is going for a big
Oh, he's
dive.
going for a dive, he's locked up! And he makes it
Good
stick.
move.
Yeah, that's 4th
Good
place
pass
netted
there from Matt.
I think he's going too far away from Sly to be able to chase him down for 3rd.
Oh, Laggy almost did what he did earlier in the race and almost spun coming out of turn 3 there. And Matt's already opened up a second margin now.
Tell you what, DT's closing back up to Exodona. That gap seems to be increasing and decreasing every lap, as these guys are matching lap times comparatively.
Roscoe across the line.
Well, it's not the last lap yet.
Well, it
It's
is
the last lap now.
That's correct. Also, let's point out there is the battle for 8th to look out for as well. We'll keep
Yes, there
an eye
is,
on
between
that.
Steve Beam and Kairos here. Battle
Two
for
of
minor
the-
placings.
2 of the mature drivers in the field, let's say.
Kairos goes right there. Kairos, he could have had a better finishing position, but got caught up with Dona's desyncing car.
Yeah, we'll see what the game does here as Exodona now crosses the finish line and he has finished the
Does
race.
it?
Oh no!
That is a shame.
And says DT's already finished the race. Wow, okay.
Yep.
Oh, and Steve Beam looked like ran out of
So
fuel.
DT
He crosses the line.
Yep. So, yeah, Bingham
Roscoe
doesn't actually
Smets
get a
coming in the
chance
final
for
corner.
8th place.
But here comes Roscoe out of the last corner, and he will be the actual winner of the Austrian GP.
Yep.
Bounce.
And actually, the game has put him in first and Gamble in second. There we go.
Alright.
And Sly
Sly
will come across the line and
Good
get a
result for
podium.
Sly. 6 positions he gained.
Matt comes across the line for 4th, and Laggy will crash his way across the line for 5th.
Wow.
Well, that was a confusing race, but the game has righted itself, as I assume it's counted Ross as completing more laps than Exodona. But what a crazy race that was.
Roscoe.
Ross, commanding drive, led from the front at the start, pole position, race win. Misses out on the
Third
Grand Slam
win
though,
of the season.
but he
third win of
takes
the
the lead
season?
of the championship.
I think it's the 3rd win of the season for him. I'm pretty sure. So,
It is indeed his third
Yes.
win of the season.
And the
Yeah,
Sly and Matt, the only drivers without any penalties.
Yeah.
So Roscoe, Gamble, Sly, Matt, Laggy, Donor, DT, good points for Red Bull. Kawais, Steve Bingham, and Frizy Williams gets a point once again.
Yeah, I think that's his third.
He moved to the
third
DNF
points
here.
position in a row.
Now, let's not move to the Dinos.
Paul Mitchie was the first DNF, followed by Yobo.
Yeah.
And what could have been for Zombie?
That hurts his championship run. As we'll start bringing the drivers into the com box for post-race interview. Once my Xbox app actually functions.
I'm
I
inviting you.
think I think Gamble does not have a mic, but I don't know. We'll wait and see.
Well, we're inviting him anyway.
Hey, boys.
Good evening.
Welcome, drivers. Well, Ross, what a commanding race that was. Pole position, race win, and lead at the Drivers' Championship. You must be pleased with that.
Yeah, absolutely perfect weekend. Even to set pole on like my final lap, that was incredible. And also to pretty much dominate the whole race. Besides that little glitch that was going on, that was phenomenal. I must say.
It was a great drive from Donor till the last lap.
Yeah,
Till he crossed the finish line.
pretty much.
But Gamble, second place. Cars just fell out the way for you. You must be happy with that. I believe that's your best result for the season.
Yeah, he does. No, he doesn't. Oh. I didn't realise you had a mic, Gamble.
What?
I didn't realise you had a mic.
Oh.
Continue on.
Yeah, I got a few penalties early on in the race, so I had to make sure I stayed well clear of those, off the track limits. And yeah.
And Sly, congrats on that third place. It looks like you were in the thick of that the turn 2 action, but you kept it out of trouble and netted third place. Pleased with that?
Yeah, congrats to Ross. That was a great drive. He smashed us all. But yeah, I sort of had a goal to finish 5th, even though this is not a great track for me. And started 9th, and yeah, just tried to not lose a wing. So I stayed out of that. Well, the turn 1 and turn 2 really with a bit of a kerfuffle. So managed to stay out, and I thought Gamble might have had a penalty, or might have had 2 penalties. I didn't get a warning till like the second last lap. So I was trying to push for that 6 seconds, but couldn't quite get there.
Yeah. But Ross, yeah, as I said earlier, leading the Drivers' Championship now, heading into the final 4 rounds of the season. Can you keep in front of Zombie, who unfortunately had a tough race today?
That's the goal. Hopefully I can continue this good run, although I probably am missing one of the final 4 races. So basically I'd like to win the next one in Malaysia, just to have a good points gap anyway, so I don't lose out too much. So yeah, that's basically my goal.
Yeah, well, yeah, congrats,
Well, it is
you
the,
three.
it is
The,
a 13-point lead for you, Roscoe. So
Yeah.
good points margin.
Well,
Go Sato, I apologise.
yeah, no worries. Thank you. Congrats to the podium finishers, and looking forward to see how you guys go in the next race. But that's going to be it for this live stream. Thank you to Penske and Mitchie for joining me in the commentary box. It makes my life so much easier having other people to chime in with information, so it's not just my boring self talking. But that's going to be it.
It was a pleasure.
Not really.
Might do this more.
So there will be no race next week. AOR has a break for the
No,
British
2
Grand Prix.
weeks.
2 weeks. Sorry.
2
I'm
weeks. Oh.
ill-informed. Thank God we have the tier coordinator here, telling us what's what. But hopefully Captain Farrell will be here next for the next race. And so you can catch the live stream on his channel then. But yeah, thank you for tuning in, and we hope to see you at the next race. Goodbye.